So with the news of Kobe Bryant passing, I just simply didn't feel like even talking boxing. I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan, so it was really, I felt it. I felt it big time. I've been watching Kobe Bryant ever since I was probably like how many years older than me. So I remember when he first got in the league. I remember playing Kobe Bryant courtside back in the day, and that's really when I became a Kobe Bryant fan. Back when I played Kobe Bryant courtside, he was the best player in the game. He was just doing everything. It was dope, and that's when I really became a Kobe fan because Jordan was kind of, even though Jordan is our hero in my area, Kobe Bryant was the next guy that I got to see his whole career from beginning to end, and it just crushing, man. You see a lot of people they've really desensitizing the whole situation, trying to make them look like some type of criminal. They always do this to black athletes or black celebrities, black people with status. They always do this. They always bring up some of the negative things that happen, in these type of times. It's just really disgusting to me. But welcome to the Pugilist Critic, where we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in the sport of boxing. So I seen an interview with Shawn Porter, the first time seeing Shawn Porter since the whole Terrence Crawford saga thing started with him. And, his dad been saying one thing, but he's saying something totally different. He has really no interest in facing Crawford. He said he wants to face Pacquaio and Spence. Shawn Porter is really, the vibe that I got from him was that he's just looking for the big fights, the big money fights, and fights that he seems he's more familiar with. He don't want to get up in there with a dynamic guy like Crawford, get utterly embarrassed and stopped, and then that's it for him. You know what I'm saying? His stock drops completely. So, and it's also another thing to where if he does go over there, gets a decent payday and loses, then if he goes back to PBC, he may not, they may not give him that same, pay he was getting. He's coming off, he'll be coming off of two losses. And Shawn Porter, he himself don't want to take that risk. His dad, he's saying one thing, but Bob Ammer's around. You don't know if Shawn talked to Terrence. Why didn't you really? I mean, we really need Porter word for too much right now. His son clearly don't want to fight. Terrence Crawford not necessarily interested in that fight either. But based off of the energy that I got from Porter when asked about the Mean Machine fight, I think Crawford may want to put Shawn Porter on the chopping block. Just because he didn't. That the way he said it wasn't the way a friend would say it. I'll just leave it at that. He said that boy had his stomach hurting. He didn't clearly watch the fight because he said Crawford should have came out southpaw sooner, which he did. So I don't know what is he talking about. He didn't turn orthodox till later on in the fight when he was really. That's when he really started tagging him. So I mean. I don't know what Shawn Porter's seen. He clearly didn't see the fight. He must have just heard it from somebody, and he just kind of just put his own, made it seem like he watched it. He's just faking the funk on camera and shit. But I like Shawn Porter for what it's worth. I understand if he don't want to face a guy like Crawford at this point. I mean, but really, you look at it another way. What do you really got to lose? But he wants to. He still think he's he still think he's a candidate for, a Pacquiao Spence fight. He wants a Spence rematch. So, he's waiting for that. Danny Garcia pretty much said the same thing. He wants Pacquiao and Spence. These guys is still a gag order on speaking Terrence Crawford's name. The handlers and PBC do not want any of these guys anywhere near Terrence Crawford, man. It's just that simple, dude. Danny Garcia did all this talking when he had his fight lined up, but now his fight over after he won his fight in a lackluster performance. He had all this opportunity to say, yeah, I want to face Terrence Crawford. I want to face the best guys. I'm WBO #1 and WBO mandate to fight. Blah blah blah. He didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about Pacquiao and Spence, still hoping and praying to get one of those fights so he can get his ass kicked by both of them. You know what I'm saying? When they both tied up. You know what I'm saying? Probably likely with each other. He could be looking to face Crawford and make something happen, get a belt, get a payday, get on pay-per-view. But nah, he don't want to make that happen, man. I mean, tell me what you guys think, man. Should Terrence Crawford just get a pass on whoever he want to fight? I mean, really at this point, he should be able to fight whoever he wants. You know what I'm saying? Guys aren't necessarily lining up to face Terrence Bud Crawford. He's standing there waiting for opponents. Why do he got to go out and chase guys? He's the guy that's highly regarded as the best in sport. He's the guy that's at the top of the pound-for-pound list. He's the guy that's undefeated. Like, subscribe.